Good evening, gentlemen. How y'all feeling, man? Hopefully everybody's doing well, man. Hopefully everybody's feeling well. Uh, I guess this is the lunch break, the lunch hour for most brothers. Some brothers take this time hitting the gym, doing their motherfucking thing. Some of them having business to tend to. And for those who that can't be in the chat, I understand, man. You're moving around, but I hope you're listening and hope you're taking care of yourselves. I want to give some shout outs before we get started up in here. I'm gonna give a shout out to Jordan Johnson. Salute to you, my brother. I appreciate some of the intriguing uh, content that you have been sending me, and it's much appreciated. I want to give a shout out to my brother TOP. Top, what's happening, man? We had Top on the other night, man. That was a Patreon exclusive, by the way. Got notifications from YouTube, and you know YouTube has been shadow banning my content, and particularly for some reason, some of my content reaches the masses and others don't. So it's all good. Maurice Williams, man, salute to you, my brother. Abdullah, man, what's happening? Alex Jackson in the building, man. GMB, pound 100, man. Salute to you, brother. SSXLs, man, can't wait. Salute to you, my brother. Third Ward, man, what's happening, bro? I was say I was for you that know Third Ward was over there earlier. I was on Bernard Riley's platform, and if you guys like the content, man, I'm sure y'all can mosey on over there to the brothers, subscribe to him as well. Young Jay, man, blessings to GMB. Back again for some free content, some fire content, man. Salute to you, man. Hashtag men first. DJ Monty, man, what's happening, man? He said, salute, brothers. Salute to you, man. Stay balanced, man. What's happening? All right. So subject matter, my brother, man. Y'all go subscribe to Subject Matter Expert. Salute GMB and the Wrench Gang, man. Salute to you, my brothers. All right. And Q Knox, what's happening, man? All right. Richard McDowell Jr., man, GMB. Salute to you, my brother. All right. And SJ with the 5-piece starting off the collection plate. He said, peace to the minister, GMB. Salute. Salute to you, my brother. And Iron Line 144, Protector, GMB on the set, man. Salute to you, man. So I want to start by saying that the truth is necessary now more than ever. And when you're a man, you're going to stand in your truth. This is what a lot of people say, man. All I have is my balls and my word. And you have to stand by your word. It would be quite fake of me, quite hypocritical of me to talk about the things that I talk about and it doesn't trickle down into my personal life. You understand, man, after you start to absorb more of this type of information, you will look at the world differently. No doubt about it. So when you see fuckery, when you see bullshit, at some point you're going to have to call it out. Now you can distance yourself away from it, but I mean, isn't that the same as running away from your truth? People are going to live in delusion, no doubt about it. But as a man, you can't live one way and allow people to slander men, talk about men, have this facade that everything is the man's fault. You would notice that the only time that a relationship is in trouble is when the woman is unhappy. When the female is unhappy, the relationship seems to falter. Most men will stand there and fight for their relationship. They fight for their investment. Unfortunately, in most cases, like I spoken upon yesterday, the writing is already on the wall. Once she makes up in her mind that she is unhappy, there is pretty much nothing you can do. She will give you a list of demands of what you could probably do to rectify the situation or rectify the relationship, reconcile the relationship, but it never works. Once she loses respect for you, once she loses attraction for you, she is out of the door, gentlemen. And it brings me to my topic for today. And I am going to dive in this shit pretty deep here. Most of you gentlemen are sleeping with the enemy. And I want you to understand something. When I say sleeping with the enemy, it doesn't mean that you're in a relationship. Some of you guys are just in a sexual relationship with some of these women. But it doesn't mean that she is not your enemy. You have a difference in ideologies. You have a difference in political stances. You have a difference in what Black empowerment is. I've spoken about how whoredom has become the new thing for Black women to feel like it's empowering themselves. Whoredom is now female empowerment. Shaking your ass is now female empowerment. And unfortunately, many people base their relationships off the physical, off the sexual. And when you base your relationship on the sexual, then you're in turn, you're actually building your house, you're building your foundation on quicksand. Now, I'm not going to dive into much political stuff, but I got some things that I want to show you guys. And for you guys that know, I am for whatever party that endorses strong families, the family structure. I am a traditionalist, no doubt about it. But I want you to understand that when the voting aspect of it plays a part, you have to understand that most Black women, the vast majority of Black women, to damn near the tune of 96%, vote for the Democratic Party, the party of abortion, the party of feminism, the party of alternative lifestyle. All these things are anti-masculinity. And we have a big masculinity problem in the Black community. So I would rather get in a phone booth with a tiger than vote for a party that's anti-masculinity. I am a Black man. I've said before that I will not be the type of person who shuns people for their beliefs. I am not that type of person. I actually endorse going with whatever your happiness is. But one thing about it, I tell people this, and this includes anyone who marries someone outside of their race. You lose your privilege of talking about Black issues once you marry a white man or a white woman, because you are now detaching yourself from the Black plight. I want to show you something. And although I do have conservative values, I want to show you exactly what I am talking about. Give me 1 second here. I got people messaging me and all this stuff. This person here. Give me 1 second. Let's see. So screen share this. All right. I'm gonna drop myself off.
Do you care about Black lives? The people that run Baltimore don't. I can prove it. Walk with me. They don't want you to see this. I'm Kim Klacik. This is Baltimore, the real Baltimore. This is the reality for Black people every single day. Crumbling infrastructure, abandoned homes, poverty, and crime. Baltimore has been run by the Democrat Party for 53 years. What is the result of their decades of leadership? Baltimore is one of the top 5 most dangerous cities in America.
You know, I got to remove this for a second, because I'm gonna dive into this now. She is right, and I got to give a shout out to David Carroll, because David Carroll is the one who actually brought this to my attention. Oh shit! Can y'all hear me? Oh, okay. Can y'all hear me? Trying to make sure you hear me. Somebody say I'm SO Stoic say I'm muted. You guys hear me? Okay. So what's funny about this video is, no doubt about it, that poverty, crime, all these things affect our Black community. She's right. But one thing about this one trick pony here is that she's married to a white man. Not only is she married to a white man, she is married to a white man that has 5 children by 5 different women. Take your deep breath, gas now, because it's the fucking truth. This woman is married to what they would call in the hood a pookie, the same type of man that you Black women complain about. This bed witch married this man, multiple children by multiple Black women. This man is married. This man has children. I think it's 5 other children by Black women, a white man, and he married her. You remember when I talked about the plantation, how they sippy tea, what they call tea time? Well, the bed wenching black women would sit on the porch with the slave master and his wife. The slave master's wife, knowing that this black bed wench is his concubine. They would sit out there and sip tea, and she would divulge, the heartbeat of the plantation. If the slaves were plotting to escape, or the morale of how they were being treated and all this other bullshit. And you see it in today's society. Now you got to call it out. And a lot of people get upset with me, and this is no attack on black women. Man, I'm gonna tell you something. I would have loved nothing more than black women call out other black women's bullshit and start to hold each other accountable. But it's left to us black men to do it, because we are being drugged through the mud. Although over half of us don't have children. Okay? We are still considered deadbeat fathers. Even though black women are choosing to be impregnated by a selected 19 to 20% of black men. But we're all deadbeats. No, your choice to deal with a deadbeat is your problem. You lead in multiple children by multiple men. That is a destructive category. You are depriving children of masculinity, depriving children of having a structure of a father. Okay? Not only that, you lead in same-sex relationships. Black women. You lead in abortion. You lead in obesity. You lead in first to carry, last to marry. These are facts. It's because you are morally compromised. And you have turned your back on the black man. And when the black man tries to show the problem and try to present the problem, then in turn, now the black man is the problem. Only a strong black man will call your ass out. But all of a sudden, we are the problem. Every time you turn around, it's because of something that the black man has done or continues to do. It makes them justify the decision to walk out on their family. Well, walk out on their husband, step out on their husband. Remember, I said whoredom is now female empowerment. And this is why I want to tell you something, man. Many people need to take the time to understand what type of female they're dealing with. If she doesn't believe in the Most High, she is not very spiritual. She doesn't find comfort in what her natural design is, to be a wife, to be a nurturer, to be a helpmeet, to build with a man, then she should be disqualified. Normally, a woman's friends, her surroundings, will tell you everything that you need to know about her. Her family structure. Now, don't get me wrong. There are women and men who has grown up in the house with fathers and be dysfunctional and chaotic. But we have to look at the 90% incarceration rate, the 90% prison, population of black men. And 90% of those black men come from single mother-led households. A lot of black men are masculinity deprived most of their life. But you can't tell these women this. It's a problem. These women are the first ones to serve you up to the child support system, to the human resource division, even at work. These women are the first to serve your ass up to the system. You've seen a lot of brothers getting killed because his woman, they're having a disagreement. He found out she was fucking off on him, and he loses his shit. He's pissed off because everything, all his efforts have went in vain. You still went out and gave that badge to a motherfucker that that can't even rub two wooden nickels together, and this man gets upset. Now, because of his reaction, you are calling the cops on him. And you served him up to the system because of what you've done. What you've introduced Satan into your house, into your home. What's going on, Stacks? Salute to you, my brother Sachs with the 5-piece. Said, man, you versus you. Let's self-improvement. Absolutely. I talk, man, we discussed self-improvement, but I had to bring this up today, man. And y'all go subscribe to Stacks. I had to bring this to the forefront, man, because I am seeing it has become the norm. It has become trendy to blame black men for everything. And I'm going to dive into it just like this broad here. The black liberal strag is an attack dog for what we call white supremacy. I'll say it again. The black liberal female is an attack dog for white supremacy. Not only is she an attack dog, she is an agent. An agent seeking to destroy black masculinity. This is why they look to compete with men. Instead of playing their natural role, which is vital, they rather compete. And I tell guys all the time, you don't know just how strong your relationship is until it gets into a compromising situation. This is why it's important that you know who your woman's friends are. Single people really don't have a lot in common with married folk. They really don't have a lot in common. But the thing is about it, a lot of these people get married for simply financial resources and security, which really nothing too much wrong with that. But do you have a natural attraction to this person? Do you have anything in common? Are your belief systems aligned with each other? Probably not. And guess what? The relationship is going to end badly. It always does. A lot of you guys are laying next to the very person who wants to see your destruction. The very person who is there to use and manipulate you. Take you for granted. These people you're laying next to, they don't believe in the same things you believe in, brothers. It has become competitive. Women believe that they can do what a man does. I am going to be honest. How many of you watch the WNBA? The WNBA is not thriving because it's trash. Anything that women try to compete with men in or try to do what a man does, it doesn't work out. Now, lingerie football has its perks. Even women's volleyball has its perks. That's because it's more sexual. And men are very visible. But it still doesn't blow up because men endorse sports. Men don't mind spending their money to watch entertainment, but not to the level of where you're over-sexualizing yourself. And I tell you something else with this hip-hop shit, this thought-hop rap shit, most of it is garbage. I can say that for men too, but you do have Nas coming out with an album and shit pretty fire by all indications. You still have some of the OGs that still drop fire. But most of these hoes talk about nothing but ass and vag. Fuck them and get some money. They chant this shit. And then you can't tell women that this doesn't affect their psyche. They don't believe it. This shit is pushed, is heavily promoted because it's anti-masculinity. It teaches women that you don't need a man. You're strong and independent. I've talked about how they love to use these phrases as queen, but you don't have a king or a queendom. You are not a queen, period. Because you take care of your responsibilities and you're taking care of those decisions that you made to procreate with less desirable men, that doesn't make you a queen. It makes you a grown woman. It makes you an adult. That's nothing more. So we have to look at things objectively. We have to look at things for what they are and not be afraid to call them out. And back to what I was saying about the personal thing, man, it's been people, have now taken it to Facebook and all this other shit. Wanting to reach out to my old lady saying, how do you survive in an environment? Mine good. Me and mine are good. You know what I'm saying? The way that I talk doesn't mean that I have any problems in my motherfucking household because my woman knows her role. It's you hoes that have a problem with what I say because you hoes don't know your fucking role. You don't live by any code, morally, spiritually, or physically. This is why when you go to the gym. Most of the times when you go to the gym, a Planet Fitness or Gold's Gym, you see a lot of white women. You don't see many black women until it's too late. Now they're trying to work off the weight. Instead of noticing that they've gained weight and hitting the gym, no, they wait until they're completely out of shape, fat, lazy, to get in there and fucking walk on the treadmill, breathing all hard and shit. Ain't took number 4 steps. Never mind running. The motherfuckers run, they're gonna trip over their own fucking feet and roll right off the fucking treadmill. You can't critique these people because they don't respect you. They don't respect masculinity because they've been masculine deprived as children. This is why nearly 80% of black children are born and led by single mother-led households. They're born out of wedlock. But when you talk about these things, it's a problem. All of a sudden, I'm the problem. And you can't hold them accountable for shit. I'm gonna show you another motherfucker, man. Yeah. I'll tell you something. I got some choice words for one other person here. This motherfucker right here. This guy right here. Screen share. Bring that up there. Let me drop off so you. Well, I don't know. Anyway, I'm pretty sure a lot of you fellas seen this. This is Michael B. Jordan. Many of you know him from Killmonger, Black Panther, Creed, Apollo, Fruitvale Station. Anyway, he's been doing a lot of fucking simping lately. And Megan Thee Stallion made the post about being this and that, blah, 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 whatever. So he comes on and say, Meg, I admire your courage and applaud you for speaking up. We must support black women, protect black women, and believe black women. This is after she made that little rant looking like a teenage boy. And a lot of women came for him. The women said, you don't even date black women, which is true. But he's doing a lot of fucking cuckolding for this motherfucker. Michael, if you're listening, once you take off your fucking cape and cowl and take that double S off your motherfucking chest and stop being a fucking boot-licking, buck-dancing simp. Pull your pants up. Your thong is showing. Okay? We must tell you something. Neil Powell, I'm going to get to that. Protect them from their own terrible decision making. This is what they mean. We've noticed at any point in time that a man steps up for black women, what happens? I.e. the man in Chicago when they were disrespecting the black women at that nail shop. He come through there busting out windows like a little broad, confront these Asians. And then the next day with the fucking the plywood up to the window that he broken out, another man went in there with a video and it was full of black women. Care nothing about your protection. They only want what you can provide. That is it. And it brings me back, what's going on, Hook? And it brings me back to something else that I like to read to you guys. I think I put it up. Let me see if I got it. Okay. Today's lesson, guys, is Briefolk's Law. Many of you have heard of Briefolk's Law. Many of you haven't. But for those who haven't, class is in session. Care nothing about protection? Believe them? You are the type of motherfucker who feeds their delusion. Let me see you get out here and stand up and try to protect one of these hoes. Now, for today's lesson, guys, we're gonna go over Briefolk's Law. And Briefolk's Law maintains that the female, not the male, determines all the conditions of the animal family. Where the female can derive no benefit from association with the male, no such association takes place. Today, we would say relationship rather than association. Mikhail Jabbar, salute to you, brother. I appreciate the $5 super chat. But I want to go across that one part where it says, where the female can derive no benefit from association with the male, no such association shall take place. Do you feel me? Do you know what that means? She wants your bag. It's all about her. When you get into these relationships with the modern liberal strag, it is always all about her and her needs. Fuck you. If you lose your job, you have 1 month, maybe up to 6 weeks in some instances to find another job. Then the turmoil and chaos will begin. Brothers have to understand something too, man. A lot of these women set themselves up to leave the relationship. I've talked about how they go to their support system to rationalize or justify their reason for leaving you. But no, a lot of the times she will shit test you, start bitching and complaining about small shit because she doesn't want to be there. She will start to entertain those people that have something negative to say about you. Instead of cutting them off at the gate about their significant other, they will entertain it. They will open the door. They will invite Satan into your relationship. And guess this is a way they can excuse their behavior to escape on you, to walk out. Many of you don't even see when the writing is on the wall. Many of you start to invest entirely too much into someone who isn't even worthy of you. Most of you are sleeping with your own worst enemy. And she will fuck off on you. And actually present the evidence without actually coming out and telling you, but doing shit, little subtle shit to show you that she's not into you anymore. She ain't giving you head no more. She ain't opening them legs up no more. She's not fixing your plate. And if she does fix your plate, she doesn't even bring you anything to drink. And like my father used to tell me, son, if a woman dry feeds you, she doesn't care about you. If a woman dry feeds you, she doesn't care about you, meaning she can fix your plate, but if she doesn't bring you something to drink with it, she doesn't care about you. And I still live by that. But that was information that was provided to me by my father. Okay? Most of these women do not give a fuck about you. It's only what you can provide. And they, like I said, they will do little subtle things to show that they are ready to leave the relationship, but you just ain't catching on to it. Now you want to go to K Jewelers and spend $1,500 on a bracelet. Now you want to go into your wallet because you feel like she's slipping away. You can go buy this motherfucker the moon, the sun, and the stars with it, and she's still gonna go. Because she's already made up in her mind that she's not happy there. She is already fishing for your replacement. And she is going to go. Do you feel me? She is going to go. Many a times, brothers don't even see this shit coming, but once it comes, oh man, hell has no fury. She will sit up there and gaslight you, and once you found out about the fuckery, then there you go. She's going to blame you for the demise of the relationship. I tell you guys all the time, there's a reason that Maury Povich has been on the air for 30 plus years. There's a reason why television shows like Paternity Court are actually popular. It's because, like I spoke on Brother Bernard Riley's channel today, I was on his panel earlier before I came over here, and he couldn't even believe it, that the numbers are astronomical of the men whose names are on birth certificates of children that are not biologically theirs. Nearly 1 in 3. And this survey was taken amongst married women. So imagine what these hoes doing, man. A lot of guys are still under this blue pill conditioning of thinking, oh, they're watching Lifetime movie network and they're knitting sweaters and they're reading their Bibles. They're just sipping a little wine here and there, having girls' night fun. Man, these hoes is fucking. They've been fucking. And you have been programmed to believe and conditioned to believe that women are sugar and spice and everything nice. You motherfuckers are sleeping with your goddamn enemy. Some of these motherfuckers are sleeping with men that are sleeping with other men knowingly. Brian Randall with the 5-piece. Just subscribe to your channel today from Bernard Riley Show. Man, I appreciate you, my brother. I appreciate you for being in the building, man. Appreciate all the new subs that have been subscribing. Like I've said, man, the channel has been growing. And once the channel started growing, YouTube started that fucking shadow banning bullshit, you know, because the truth is necessary. And nobody wants to hear the truth, especially when it applies to them. I know it's a hard pill to swallow for brothers who have children, that there is a chance, a 1 in 3 chance, a 1 in 3 possibility that child may just not be yours. And the fucked up part about it, the child is probably a teenager by now. Hell, some of them might be grown, and you have financially provided for this child. Some of you may have a child or children that are not yours. And your DNA lineage will die with you. Your last name, but they will not carry your genes. And that is a sad place. That is a sad situation for a man. Boy, I tell you, it makes me cringe. When we talk about these problems, man, it's met with the shaming language of the classic strag. Who hurt you? No, you are hurting our community as a whole. You must hate your mother. Well, female nature applies to my mother as well. So you can't You can miss me with that one. You understand me? You hate yourself. How do I hate myself? By calling out your bullshit. These bras will try to rationalize any destructive behavior, no matter what it is. They try to rationalize it when you talked about that song that came out and said, well, what about Luke and all these other people back in the day? It was the same destructive shit. But now it's on a mass scale. It's being mass produced. You go on YouTube, YouTube even promote this shit. A lot of these networks, they promote this shit. It's just like the shit that came out. I can't think of the name of the show that was coming to net, but the young 11-year-old girls was twerking. And I told you guys, man, accepting homosexuality is a gateway to pedophilia. They're going to drop the legal age of consent once you accepted homosexuality as the norm. And it doesn't take long. And a lot of people, a lot of black women will vote for this type of shit. These are agendas that are pushed by the Democratic Party, which the black female votes to a tune of nearly 96%. Many of you are sleeping with the enemy. Many of you may think that I'm just up here talking. If you let a female in here and a female listen to me talk about these things, talk about the level of accountability that it needs to be had, then all of a sudden it's hate speech. I'm bashing. When has the truth become bashing? When did the truth become hate speech? It's because everyone is so weak and effeminized and thin-skinned that they can't accept the truth. They can't look in the mirror and hold themselves accountable for the failures of the multiple relationships that they've been in. I've spoken how a man is forced to look in the mirror, especially men who have been divorce raped, or men who have been victims of paternity fraud, or just dealing with a strag for several years that drained the masculinity out of him. And he's starting to find a foothold again. He's starting to improve himself, find his true power that lies within his masculinity, that thrives, that runs in his flesh from the biological design that the Most High bestowed upon you as a man. And you find that. And you know the first thing that bitch will try to do to you? She will try to destroy you. She doesn't care what the fuck is going on as long as you are in misery. And once she realizes that you are finding your power and you are smiling and you're doing good for yourself, then she's going to take you down to the child support court system. She's going to go down there and ask for an increase in child support. She's going to use that child as leverage to make your life a living hell. These are facts. These people were your enemy the whole time. I know many men could be enticed by a wet vag and a fat ass, but at the end of the day, at what cost? You could lose everything because of a worthless drag. I've seen, I kid you not, I have seen young brothers who built an enterprise, a small enterprise for himself, entrepreneurship. He had a four-wheeler repair company. He also had landscaping businesses with probably up to the tune of maybe 10 to 15 trucks going around the city. And those four-wheelers, man, anybody that do any off-road and shit, man, that shit, it takes money. You're gonna have to keep the maintenance up on that shit. You know what I'm saying? Dirt bikes and four-wheelers and side-by-sides, ATVs. You're gonna have to keep up the maintenance on them. So he was making damn good money off of that and making even more with his landscaping. He was fucking with a worthless drag who he found out was fucking off on him with a motherfucker that did not even have a car. I kid you not. And a lot of women will say, well, that's just one. And I'm telling you, this is the vast majority of them, brother. He found out this woman was fucking off, man. He went and snatched her ass up, had in the car, kidnapped her, and he killed that broad, man. He killed that broad and he offed himself. Because all that money he had, he was still had the scarcity mind frame. He didn't realize that that broad was one of a million, not one in a million. He destroyed his life for you. And the guy was young too, man. Broke my fucking heart. And everybody was like, how could he do this? He did it. I put not, even in death, putting all the blame on the man. No one wanted to talk about the whoredom that had preceded him, that drove. And a lot of women will rationalize and say, well, what did he do? What was he doing? We don't know that. No one has stepped forward and said that he was fucking off and doing the most. But what is proven is that she was doing her motherfucking thing and thought that he would never find out about it. Now I tell guys never to go to that extreme. Never to go to that. It is. I agree with it. It is weak and emotional. But some guys haven't found their masculine essence. They grew up in an environment with no man to teach them about how women operate. He grew up in this effeminate household, over emotional household. He didn't have any discipline, any self-discipline, any emotional discipline. This is what I'll be talking about, gentlemen. This is an uphill battle because we know this. You guys in the chat know this. I know this, but a lot of men don't. And these are the brothers that we are trying to reach. We need to reach the men who have been masculinity deprived since their inception into this planet. These guys are suffering, and many of them have poison in their veins and don't even know it. Some of you just may not be sleeping with the enemy. You may be being reared by the enemy. It's mighty funny that you find these women hiding female nature from their sons, but they teach the game to their daughters. And as they teach them the game, and once those daughters grow, and some of them grow to be hypersexual, these women will turn right around and view these young women as their competition. They just start to have a deep-rooted hatred for their daughters, even though their daughters are now a mirror image of them, a reflection of them. And the fact of the matter is, not only do they hate what they see, they really hate themselves because they also hate the fact that they don't have that youthful glow anymore. Now you see mama 35 years old wearing a bunch of boy shorts and yoga pants and all this tight fitting shit with their cleavage showing to try to compete with that young 25-year-old. I told you guys the real definition of a cougar. A cougar is a good term. It keeps you from being called a washed up, worn out whore. So cougar sounds much better. Oh yeah, I'm a cougar. I'm a washed up, worn out whore. Which one sounds better? These broads will rationalize everything, even BBW. No, you're fat and you're lazy. That is the facts. Now, women can talk about men all day, but you have to understand that many of these men that you complain about were raised by you. You feel me? You look now more than ever, you see these women dressing their young sons just like the same men that they're attracted to. You don't see the young men with a little suit and tie on or blazer or something. You see them dressed like Young Thug. See them dressed like a rapper, and they think that shit is cute. They have the young daughters, man, wearing lipstick and makeup and shit. They think this shit is cute. They're sexualizing their children openly. They're serving their children up to the establishment. And they will willingly serve your black ass up to the establishment with no questions asked because they do not respect black men or black masculinity. They view this shit that I'm saying as my opinion when there is empirical data to prove that these are facts. I've said before and I will say it again, we live in a society that cares more about dogs' rights and alternative lifestyle rights, women's rights, of course, more than the rights of men. You have no right. The only right that you have is to shut up and get this money and give it to them. You can't make this shit up, man. You're seeing men who were, what you say, Willie? She might have loved posting her son looking like a man. She's like, absolutely. Absolutely. And I'm telling you, the liberated female is the worst. The black liberated female is the enemy of black men. Prove me wrong. She is going to try to compete with you and fight with you tooth and nail to no end. I tell you that piece. They don't care anything about those children. They really just look at the child as a hustle for their womb. It's womb hustling is what it is. Having that extra income so they can buy what they want to buy or wear what they want to wear. My son Aiden is my king. Yeah, that type of bullshit. No man in sight. They don't care about building strong families. They don't care anything about building anything. They're here for not a long time. King of Self with the 5 P said, man, oh shit, my bad, bro. He said, at work, hope to catch the playback. Absolutely, man. I'll leave this one up for a bit. But I'm not going to take up much of you guys' time, but I just wanted to touch on that, man, because at the end of the day, it is not your burden to bear of all the responsibility of what's going on. You can't protect people from their own terrible choices, their own terrible decisions. You can't be made to be out the bad guy all the time. This is why you have to step up and speak up. When you see bullshit going on, you got to call it out. I do not hate anyone, especially black sisters. Black sisters who are in their right mind are wonderful beings. They're beautiful beings. Someone who wears their natural hair, man, know how to dress kind of conservative, sexy, you know what I'm saying? Carry herself, you know, speaking with that eloquent tone, man. She knows her role. She does the things that befitting of a wife. These things are rare, man. This shit is a unicorn, man, basically. But at the end of the day, man, it's many of them that are not like that. And it's hard to fathom that we have fallen that far. Our standards have become so low that you're impregnating this big fat ass land well from up the street, some convenient vag. Our standards have fallen so low that we are afraid to call out bullshit for what it is. If you behave like a whore, you are a whore. If you are playing this thought hop music in the ears of a 3-year-old child, a young girl, even a young man, you are a whore. You are not fit to be a mother. If you do anything that is unpleasing to the Most High, you are trash. You are worth less. Chris Abraham with the 10-piece, man. I appreciate that, brother. Salute GMB. Salute to you, my brother. And Born again virgins, Young Jay said. Get the fuck out of here. I want to say this. Many people say, well, you know, you hear a lot of these suckers say, man, it doesn't matter what she did before me. You know, how long as she treat me like this, I'm going to tell you something. Body counts matter. And a lot of you need to check these broads' whole facts before you go to investing in these broads. Because many of them are pretty much lipstick on a pig. What I like to call the golden turd, where you take a bunch of gold spray paint and it looks like a gold nugget. Grab that motherfucker with your hands. It's a pile of shit. And it smears in between your fingers. That's exactly what it is. It's unfortunate, but it's true. And many of us need to get to the point that we set a standard of not dealing with no trash assholes. Stop following these motherfuckers. Stop subscribing to their shit. Any of that. Because I will speak on this again for the second time. I'm not taking no information about masculinity from no female. I'm the same thing that a lot of you guys hear from these females has been information that has been out there for years. They are simply seeking to capitalize off of your dollar. They're hustling you. I am not going to, most of them can't say more than 3 words to me, bro. Lining some sentences together that make sense for the empowerment of men. Most of them are still talking about chasing pussy. And we are past that point. We should have been past that point. Why am I sitting up here trying to get information, spending $49 on a pamphlet to teach me how I'm whore that isn't worth 2 wooden nickels? Just to take this worthless whore to the stabbing cabin. It baffles my fucking mind. You're investing in your own demise. How to get with a female, how to sleep with 2 women in a day, how to fuck this bitch to sleep. This, man, who cares about that? It's very easy. Be the best version of yourself. All these Jezebels, you got to protect your energy as well, man. Sleeping with these broads and shit, man, you giving away your life force to a motherfucker that is worth less. And now that shit rubbing off on you. She been giving all this pussy away for years, man, and you coming in and wifing this motherfucker up, man. And guess what? She is never going to be satisfied because at the end of the day, she is settling for you. Y'all don't want to have that discussion, though, but it's the truth. Nothing is worse than being with a woman that doesn't want to be there. She's only there for the benefit, and she has settled for you. Any man that she's sexually attracted to, she is going to fuck him. She is probably going to take some of your bread and buy him the new J's. He's probably going to take some of your bread and give him to Flip or put gas in his car. She is going to invest every man that she is physically attracted to, especially if he's taking her ass to the goddamn stabbing cabin. You know what I'm saying? With age comes maturity, gentlemen. And many of us need to find out who we're sleeping with and what we're sleeping with, because many of you are laying with the succubus. The Jezebel spirit is real, gentlemen. And they're out here, and they are here to destroy you. Many of you brothers are simply sleeping with the enemy. It's unfortunate, but it's true. Gotta go through a few things here, man, before we get out of here. You know, I can't really do live streams for a whole month. So most of the money is content driven. And then after I have my time, then I start on my lives, man. I'll be wanting y'all to see some things and shit, man. And I feel good when I do, man. You know, it gives me a personal, you know, get us up close and personal. And when I talk about the Jezebel spirit now, don't think I'm just talking about black women, because I'm going to show you some shit here too. Screen share on this motherfucking shit. Let's go. Let's pull this shit up. I'm pretty sure some of y'all seen this, but check this shit out. Check this motherfucking shit out. And he laughs about it. He enjoys that type of treatment. He's a good trained sucker. Eating behind a dog. That is a sheer lack of respect, and you willingly accept this type of treatment. Now let's see what else we got here.
You want me to throw my in a circle? How do you do that? I'll give it a try.
Has anyone seen any of these hoes not lick their fucking tongue out? Twerking and sticking your fucking tongue out has become a default setting. That motherfucker is like, exactly, masculine energy exudes from the screen from this bitch. Bad built, out of shape, fucked up motherfucker. Now here we go. Here's another one that I seen today. Shout out to the counselor. See, this TikTok shit is gonna get a hole put in one of you bitches' head. I'm serious. Playing these little stupid ass games, man, this shit, hey, don't get one of you hurt.
I think we need to hit them all today, babe.
All right, Brian. I mean, Brandon. I'm sorry, babe.
Who you just called me?
I meant to say Brandon.
Oh shit, my bad.
Yeah, we can. I think we need to hit them all today, babe.
All right, Brian. I mean, Brandon. I'm sorry, babe.
Who you just called me?
I meant to say Brandon.
Who the hell is Brian?
It was an accident. I was trying to say.
Oh, I know who Brian is. Brian is the dude that you could get your stuff out and move in with him, huh?
Babe, it was. Why are you tripping? It was an accident.
No, but Brian, right? That's who you meant. You meant to say Brian, right?
Babe, it was an accident.
No, it wasn't no accident. No, let's call Brian up so he can come pack your shit up.
Babe, really?
Yeah. Let's call. Matter of fact, give me his number. This mysterious Brian. Give me his number.
It was a joke, and you like.
Give me his number now.
I'm telling you, that shit is going to get one of the motherfuckers knocked in the hole. Let me tell you something. Let me show you something else what single motherhood does to children. Play this one.
Why can't I have a boyfriend?
Because I don't like boys around you.
But Boogie, when you get older, you're gonna have a girlfriend, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Coming to your house.
Wait, what? What did you say?
Coming to your house.
What you
straight up.
What you about to do is stop playing with me. If I can't have no boy.
You see that? You see that? Did you see his hand gesture? Like a broad. Did y'all see that? He said when he gets a girlfriend, we coming to your house. Why can't I have, where is that child's father? I can't have a boyfriend? Man, let's play that one more time. For y'all didn't catch it, let's play it again. Check it out.
Why can't I have a boyfriend?
Because I don't like boys around you.
But Boogie, when you get older, you're gonna have a girlfriend, right?
I don't like boys around you. I told you, man, these single mothers turn their sons into their husband by default, the default husband. And they destroy these young boys, man. The future mama's boy, right there before your eyes. And the cook, like this one. What the fuck is that? Look at the body language, gentlemen. Look at the body language, gentlemen. Check out the body language, gentlemen. One more time for the guys in the back. Check this shit out. Future cucks of America. When he goes in to hug this big, when he goes in to hug that grizzly bear, she scrunches away. She is turned off by him. It's repulsive. Check this out. One more time.
Thank you, government, for putting me on. I mean, you was the definition of a real father. Because when your kids is hungry, they have food stamps. Yeah, we shop at Walmart. Yeah, we shop at Publix. We shop at Winn-Dixie. When your kids need shelter, yes, you have housing. And you also have Section 8 for a lot of us. And when our kids fall, get hurt, or sick, they have Medicaid. Yes, we go to the ER, we go to the walk-in clinic, and we also can make a doctor's appointment. I get their prescriptions with no hesitation. Now, if that's not the definition of a real father, making sure your kids have food, shelter, and healthcare, I don't know what it is. So like I said, thank you, government, for being my kid's daddy, and thank you for putting me on. Thank you.
And the first thing these motherfuckers love to say is, not all. Not all. But that hive have them rationalizing and taking up for each other. You see all of them with that blunt, stupid ass blonde weave, man. I'm telling you, man, they don't mind upholding their standard of the white standard of beauty. They try to anyway. They're insecure about themselves. I'll tell you something. Remember when I was talking about that bed witch and shit? Why do you think so many of these quote unquote sisters, these queens, love to get that college education? Why do you think? It's not to make more money per se, because it's been proven that many of them end up with a bunch of student loan debt, and that fucking paper certificate that they go in debt for isn't worth that is printed on them. I'm gonna tell you something, guys. You might not want to hear it. So some of you may want to close your fucking ears. The reason that a lot of them want that goddamn degree, because they believe it's gonna get them close to that white man. It's gonna get them closer to white zaddy. Just like that bed wench who used to have tea time with the slave master. Just like that broad that's running for mayor in Baltimore. She gets with a white man that has 5 baby mamas. All the baby mamas are black. She couldn't find one of the 51% of black men who don't have children to start a family with. No, she had to get with zaddy. Black woman has forsaken you. I look you dead in the camera when I say that. It breaks my heart to tell you this, but somebody has to tell you the truth in this motherfucker. She don't wear that makeup and weave and shit for you. That's why she don't give a fuck about what you got to say about it. She does that to impress white zaddy. When Kobe Bryant died, black women were in an outrage talking shit about this man, slandering this man, because he didn't leave that $500 million inheritance to a black woman. He grew up in the house with a black woman, and their relationship was strained. I wonder why. It was noted that she took a lot of his memorabilia and auctioned it off. And they talked so much shit about this man, even in death. But as soon as Meghan Markle, half white ass, half breed ass, got up there and walked down that aisle with that prince, oh my goodness, they was turning backflips for this bitch. I wonder why. They will go to so far for the acceptance of white zaddy that they will vote for anyone that resembles some sort of equality to that zaddy, i.e. Kamala Harris. Do you get what I'm saying? It's a reason that most of these black women are so liberal. They seek to destroy black masculinity. Gotta write that down. God damn. Yeah, man. It's the truth. You ever notice how when when you could be around some black female and you got a white bartender and he asked her, "Hey, beautiful, how y'all doing tonight?" Oh my goodness, you know, running that Chad game on them. Look how gig motherfucker get. So feminine, so geeky. What C Boogie likes to call very teethy. Yeah, y'all don't pick up on that shit. And you call her beautiful, thank you. All dry and shit. Because she doesn't want you. She will lay up with a fat, disgusting zaddy before she get with a suit and tie brother, suited and booted brother like you. I seen a video. Shout out to Thinking Man's Templar. Brought out a video one time of a fairly attractive black woman. She was fairly attractive. No children or anything. Man, she was with a dude that did not have any fucking thighs. I kid you not. His knees went straight to his fucking torso. And she was around there cooking meals for this man, cleaning for this man, washing this man back, all this bullshit. You're often asked when are these women are going to come back to the table and this and that. Man, I'm going to tell you something. Save yourself, black man. I don't use the MGTOW. I can't think of the word that I'm looking for, but I don't use the SYSBM terms and all this other stuff. I'm strictly grown man business. I don't speak about red pill. I speak about grown man business. I don't speak about purple pill. I'm grown man business. I don't speak about alpha. I'm grown man business. I don't speak about sigma. Grown man business. But when it comes to a time that it is in our best interest as men to unite and actually stand up for masculinity before it is completely destroyed. I can see it being to a point that now they calling it toxic masculinity. Next, they will be locking your ass up because the motherfucker is saying that you're toxic masculinity. I'm telling you, man, everyone is sitting around here laughing and giggling and talking about how to get bitches, how to fuck these hoes to sleep and all this old stupid ass shit. You need to be worried about the laws that they're going to impose that's going to take away more and more of your motherfucking rights. You are getting pushed more and more into financial slavery and marital slavery. Many of you don't like to hear that, but it is actually the truth. Y'all fellas like the video if y'all don't mind. Yeah, toxic femininity, but it's not labeled toxic femininity, and they're not trying to hear that fucking shit. Look at that's another thing that black women lead in: assault. Flimdy nice, man. Shout out to GMB. BAWs continuously deflect, deny what they don't acknowledge. Society told them that they are perfect beings. Statistics say that they are failures. Absolutely. No true words have been said. We have been seeing so many of them live under the cloth of delusion. Many of them have been programmed to be delusional. And the thing is about it, man, at the end of the day, these are the ones who are going to see that are going to be broken and miserable. Especially the way you combat that is having more high value men, more men that know their value, and not put so much emphasis on the vag, not prioritizing sex or women, prioritizing your future, your purpose, your goals, your ambitions. When you do these things, you don't have a problem with women per se. You don't have a problem having sex with women. I'm gonna tell you something. Rejecting women, they can't handle it very well, and it's actually attractive to them. Many of you, it's hard for you to believe that. You turn down a bitch that's used to motherfucker saying yes all the time, she'll never forget you. She'll always think about you. This is why when you get up on your shit and you handle your motherfucking business, a lot of them always trying to reach back to you, trying to look back out to you. Aunt James with the 2-piece and salute GMB. Keep swinging that mighty truth hammer. Hey, the Alabama is the reason. Is the Alabama sludge hammer, baby. You know, I know I speak with that southern drawl. I may not articulate a lot of points like others, but hey, the truth doesn't need the King's English. The truth is simply to be swung like that motherfucking hammer. And that hammer stands for putting it in the work. Genuine Trucker Tony said, BWs only look at black men as disposable utility, simp. But they'll gladly put other races of men on a pedestal. It's sickening. I can tell you've been listening, brother, and I appreciate that 5-piece. I'm telling you, man, it doesn't take long to notice, man, how they become so submissive and feminine around Zaddy. In the workplace. They come around the workplace and they completely different people from where they behave at home or the way they behave around black men. These motherfuckers, I've seen motherfuckers start talking very properly. You know what I'm saying? Talk like they just got a bachelor's in science or something. You know what I'm saying? Speaking very, very eloquently. And turn around and say, "What the fuck, nigga? What the fuck? You can't make this shit up. These motherfuckers are great actresses. And they are looking to destroy you. Y'all think I'll be bullshit, man. These people are the enemy of masculinity. Genuine Trucker Tony said, bottom shelf brag. They love them. They love them, brother. They will pick a DJ named DJ D Nice or whatever the motherfucker that gave all goddamn over 100 some black women STDs, HIV and shit. They'll deal with a motherfucker that acts like a hoodlum, a white motherfucker that acts like a hoodlum before they deal with a black man that acts like he got any kind of sense about himself. Y'all go subscribe to my brother Hulk. Hulk is in the building. I appreciate the $5 super chat. Hulk said, great scream, GMB, boldly proclaiming the truth as always. It's why I'm here. Anu said, the interview voice. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, I can't even, oh shit. I can't even fucking talk that type of shit that these motherfuckers be talking, but I hear them. I've seen it. I've been standing in line at the store. And they was up there talking to their man. Yeah, that bitch. And then as soon as you get to the checkout line, there's a white man up there in a Foot Locker shirt. She up there speaking. Is that all for the day? Yes. Did you enjoy your experience today? Yes, it was great. It was quite splendid. I enjoyed my shopping experience with you guys. Yeah. All that stupid ass shit. You know what I'm saying? My dining, or I have to eat, my dining. Motherfucker been at the table right next to me talking all, yeah, that bitch, Keisha, that bitch, who that bitch thinks she is? Did you enjoy your dining experience today? Oh, I enjoyed it quite lovely. I had a whooping good time. Yeah. Yeah. Changed their whole personality. Just like that. Why is this? They say they're not trying to uphold the white standard of beauty, but I beg to differ. They act completely different around that white man. But they really want to be with that white right, man? In society these days, Zaddy, he implements. I mean, he exudes power, even in the lowest form. Could be trailer park trash, and he still has the tendency to go out and give HIV to hundreds of black women. Then you want to come back here talking about where all the good men at. And you talk about colorism. They have this colorism argument when they are the biggest proprietors of colorism on the planet. Let that beautiful chocolate baby come out there. And then let that real high yellow light-skinned baby come out there. The first thing, and they look at a man, I bet he makes some pretty babies. And when they equate pretty to light skin, and then they turn around and complain about the same shit that they endorse more than anybody. They want to say that they don't want a broke man. These are some of the brokest bitches on the planet with a net worth of minus $5. Thanos was right. Yeah, he was. €5 says, shout out to Black Ram, brought me to this channel. No filter, pure wisdom. Salute, brother. Blessings to you. Absolutely. And I appreciate you as well as all the new subs, man. There's always a lot of pro-truth over here. I swing that hammer a lot. I've already had one channel terminated. I try to keep this one from being terminated because, you know, if this one go down, it's over with. But I'm going to tell the truth, man, and this is what is necessary. Old dog, what did old dog say? I let the chat get in here, man, and I tell you what, man, we've been in here for a few minutes. If y'all want me to open it up, man, just let me know. I'll open it up for a few minutes. I ain't got much longer. No, my son, I promised my son we're gonna hit the gym. KD to God with the 5 piece, man. I appreciate it. No words. Anytime you don't put no words up there, KD, I'm just assume that you're saying hashtag men first. Yeah, man. And so Demetrius asked, am I backing up my videos? Yeah, I normally do. And videos like this, man, I mean, if I done went a little too hard, once the stream is over, I just put that shit on Patreon, man. You know what I'm saying? Put it on Patreon. That way I don't really have to deal with it no more. Like the other night when the guys were on, man, I had to put that shit on Patreon because I got a notification. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, I'll put the link up here for a few, man. If anybody want to come through, say a few words, back up anything that I was just talking about, man. Y'all more than welcome. Because I'm pretty sure I put a lot of truth in here today. A lot of things we say wondering where it went. Yeah, man. Some of that stuff I had to put on Patreon. And man, I'm not one of those big dog Patreon shit. TOP, I send it to you. I'm not one of those big Patreon like guys, man, where you got to put $5 a month. Man, put $1 up that bitch. And you get access to everything. You got a whole catalog of shit that I be throwing over there, man. You remember many of y'all that's been rocking with me for a minute used to remember when I used to do the Crash Dummy Chronicles. All those Crash Dummy Chronicles are on Patreon. Because I couldn't leave those up because I wasn't saying fair use when I was breaking down those videos on Scorned. It was a few more there. Kill for Love and all this other bullshit. These little shows, man, that reenact these women doing a lot of devilish shit. So all those will be all those are exclusive to Patreon, and I may start doing those again, gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? So anytime y'all, want me to do shit like that, man, y'all let me know. As you know, only have a window of 2 weeks to do live streams and stuff like that, man, and then it's back to the grind. But, then it's more content driven. Yeah, man. Not sponsoring. Oh, hey, man. Absolutely. Good luck to you. YouTube is not known for sponsoring truth unless you say you identify as trans. Absolutely. And many of us are learning the hard way, man. The master teacher, Ram, told me before my first channel was terminated. He's like, GMB, you're gonna have to kind of clean up the content. You got to change the words and the verbiage to certain things. And that's what I did, man. But it was too late. They already had a target on me. So around the time when Jap had his first channel terminated, and there was a few more others, I was in that whole little fucking conundrum of people that got the channel terminated, and I wasn't coming back. But many people were seeing me still in the YouTube spaces, man, commenting and stuff like, when you gonna start your channel back up? And I did. So, hey, brother Abdullah.
What's going on, GMB? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you good, man.
What's going on with you, brother? Salute to all the brothers out there too, man.
Yeah, man. What's going on, man? How you feeling, man?
I'm good, man. Just grinding as usual, man. Staying on my purpose as always.
Hey, that's what's up, man. If y'all had checked Abdullah out, man, Abdullah got a lot of music on iTunes. I suggest y'all go over there and support the brother out, man. Help the brother. It ain't none of this. It ain't for the strags. It's not for the straggle daggle. So you don't want to even go there with that, man.
Oh no, not at all. Hey, I just wanted to just, say something right quick, man. I actually live about 20 minutes away from where that shooting took place in Kenosha last night. So I'm on my way out there literally right now to assess the situation and what's going on. I personally don't do no marching, no protest. That ain't my thing. When I be out in Chicago, I be out with a lot of brothers. We do demonstration by taking over with power, man. Us brothers, we get out in our neighborhoods and we literally patrol our own neighborhoods and show the people out there that, hey, look, we ain't with that Black Lives Matter. We black power over here, man. And it's all brothers taking control of some stuff that we own. You feel me? So I'm just gonna go out here, check it out, and make sure that my nephew's safe because he live out there in Kenosha. So I'm out there right now, putting boots on the ground and talk to these young brothers out here and let them know that don't follow this BLM bullshit, man. Be a man and stand on your own too. And that's what I firmly believe in. And I truly believe is that the brothers like us to show these young brothers the difference between the house.
Damn. You borging real bad, Abdullah. You borging there, brother. Hey, check this out. While he gets situated on that end, man, I want to give a shout out to Genuine Trucker Tony once again with the 5-piece. He said, Pink Man Oliver gave thousands of black women HIV in Africa. DJ Kid, Jason Pope 2.0. Absolutely, man. It's the same thing. And Brown Hornet with the 5-piece. When you say no words, I'm assuming that it means #men first. Okay. And I appreciate both of you brothers. Brown Hornet, as always, a major supporter and a major contributor to the Black YouTube, Black Manosphere. I salute him for that, man. Yeah, but Abdullah, man, you got your sound all right now? He's still borging. All right, Archie the engineer, man, salute to you. Shout out to GMB and the caller. Good point. I'm going to tell you something, man, and I've been saying this shit for years. If you're trying to combat what you think is systemic racism, the only way that you're going to do it is financially. And how do you do that financially? You start to build an infrastructure in your own community, in your own backyard. And a lot of the times this is built through family, generational wealth. Do you feel me? How do you think a lot of these poor white motherfuckers start to build anything a lot of the times? It's not because they're walking in the bank and saying, hey, look at me, I'm white. Give me $100,000. No. A lot of these motherfuckers have through life insurance policies, gaining capital as buying land, property as taxes, using like a lot of this stuff has tax liens on them. And after the third year, you can actually own that property. So it's good to get into that type of stuff, man. Not just solely investing. I'm not a big investor on things. I like to invest in myself. Things that if it fails, it'll be completely on me. Our new 219 with the 5-piece, man, hashtag men first. Yeah, but I'm not going to take up too much of you guys' time because that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother discussion. We can have that discussion at some point, but I'm going to tell you right now, man, it is the only way. The only way to combat systemic racism is financially. This is what other races of people know. The voter turnout, man, Asians don't fucking vote. But them motherfuckers have a lot of influence because they have a self-sustaining infrastructure. They keep their dollars rolling in their own market. And like I said, with capital, this is why it's important to buy land and shit like that, man. You can use that shit. I'm serious, man. I feel bad for what happened to the brother. I don't know the details, but at the end of the day, man, standards. I preach standards. Many of us grew up in fucked up environments, single mother-led environments, but we can't use that as a crutch. We can't use that as an excuse not to succeed. You man up, man. You take your circumstances and use them as fuel, and make that fuel to fuel that engine inside of you to motivate you to be better than what your father was, or better than what your homies turned out to be. Many of us have homeboys that's in prison, been to prison. Some of them changed their lives, and some of them are on that hamster on that wheel. They're repeating that endless cycle of being institutionalized, can't stay out of prison. That's because they haven't taken it upon themselves to grow and evolve as men. They were masculine deprived as a child. It's up to us to find out and relay the message of male empowerment, discipline, order, structure, the Most High. Telling these brothers, man, hey, look, man, you can do better for yourself, man. That bitch right there ain't nothing but a liability, man. She can't do nothing for you, man. She ain't gonna do nothing but cut a hole in your bag, man. Where you meet her at, I bet at the club. Oh man, that day, man. She here for a good time, not a long time, man. Don't be giving that broad that access to your bank account, man. Why you buying her this hair, man? Why you paying her fucking car note, man? Why you up here taking care of all them children, man? Ain't none of them children yours, man. I'm serious. Hey, Genuine Trucker Tony said that the National Guard will show up there very soon. Absolutely. Stay balanced with the 2-piece. It looked like he was asking to get shot. I didn't want to say that, but if you got them steady walking from them and that motherfucker tell you stop and notice where they were at. I'm almost certain when you have that many white people, white police showing up in the hood, somebody called them on them. I wonder who called the police on this man. Was it the fiance? The quote unquote. You always see these black bitches this is how I know they celebrate the death of black masculinity. Every time one of these motherfuckers gets shot, it ain't never the wife, it's the fiance. And I don't see not now an engagement ring on any of these bitches' finger. Q Knox, you like that shit, don't you? Huh? Hey, man. Yeah, man. Stop taking that bitch out to dinner, man. For real, man. That bitch ain't your child, man. Stop giving this bitch money, man. Stop cash apping them bras, man. For real, man. I'm taking her to Victoria's Secret, man. Yeah, she gonna be wearing that lingerie for another cat, man. Real talk. Yeah, man. I'm serious though, bro. I wonder who called the cops on this man. My dog said, it's not as if black people haven't attempted to compete financially. Historically, Pope White burned down our institutions, but now we don't have an excuse for not trying to compete. We don't. It's just like I've said before, man. Every race of people on this planet has been enslaved at one point in time. And it's unfortunate. But now we actually have to, we actually have to start to look in the mirror, man, and hold ourselves accountable. And we can't, I mean, I'm gonna tell you something. And I know a lot of people not gonna want to hear this, but a community is really only as strong as the women that are nurturing their children. When children have a healthy dose of both masculinity and femininity in their house, they tend to be 80 to 90% more successful. So you need women to get on code. But at the end of the day, man, if you decide to, if it's going to be a Brazilian or a Dominican or whatever she is, if as long as she on code, it really doesn't even matter about her fucking race. Because with the way that these women are conditioned to be whores these days, they're not suitable to be the wives of a dog. And yeah, I said that on live out. Go figure. All right. Genuine Trucker Tony said it looked like he got some information. He had a July warrant for his arrest, I heard too. Most of them do, man. When you are in these type of environments, man, it's very hard to thrive. Very hard to thrive. And now you're gonna see the left troll this man, troll this man's fiance and maybe his mother out there and talk about police brutality. And things are gonna get in an uproar again. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm not a marching type of motherfucker. I'm not gonna get behind something that is so minute when it comes to affecting us as a people. We have a lot more issues that we need to address ourselves. And until we start respecting each other and respecting our conditions and actually setting a standard for trying to succeed and get out of this hellhole, motherfuckers are going to continue to treat us as such. You notice in a lot of these instances, man, you don't see upstanding brothers getting their ass knocked off. Other than that fucking broad that, I mean, that motherfucker in Texas, the Amber Geiger chick, man, I'm almost 100% certain no ball was taking her ass to the stabbing cabin. It never came out. And then they fucking, and you notice what I said when these motherfuckers love Zaddy, that fucking judge went down there and hugged her fucking neck like she was her fucking daughter after they gave this bitch a slap on the wrist for killing that man. We got to start, you do it through finances, man. Financially. And as long as we have women who depend on the government to dictate the way that they survive, you're going to stay behind and they're going to continue to vote for these motherfuckers too. I salute all the black brothers that's waking up out here, man. I salute brothers that hold themselves accountable and view things for what they really are. No sip in 2020. Stockholm Syndrome at its finest. The brothers in the chat letting y'all know, let it be known. Men are not tolerating stupidity anymore, ignorance. And it seems that like these days we tend to glorify everything that is destructive to our own people. A brother, you know, standing up for the truth. He hates women and all this other bullshit. You know what I'm saying? You know, you try to you hold people accountable, man. What's going on? Why are they treating us such way? I'm gonna be honest with you, man. It was 2 times as many unarmed white people killed by cops than it was black people last year. You know, I don't support that BLM shit. Y'all already talked about how the motherfuckers operate, and if you don't believe me, you just go to their website. You know what I'm saying? Go to their damn website. Go to them as an organization. Do I believe Black Lives Matter? Absolutely. But I don't believe in a Marxist group that tells you plain and simple that they are here to destroy the nuclear family. They tell you this. You know what I'm saying? So I can't support that. We have bigger issues that we need to address amongst ourselves. And it first starts with the lack of accountability and the lack of masculinity in our homes. This is our problem, gentlemen. This is our fight. Not protecting no worthless drag from getting shot in the motherfucking foot by a Negro that she chose to fuck with. It is not your burden to bear to protect people from their own terrible decision making. Okay. Good one. I'll be up here all day, man. I gotta get to the business, man. I appreciate everybody for coming through. This has been a good one. I'm not sure if I can leave this one up or not. It may be on Patreon. And if so, y'all go check me out on Patreon because I'm getting everything up and running over there, man. I will be uploading some content possibly later on today from there. Let me know if you guys want me to come back. I've been doing pretty good with the two streams a day thing. I'll come back with some more content. And I mean, we can actually talk about that situation. Maybe we can talk about a few more things if you guys want to, man. It ain't no big deal. Ain't no skin off my back. We got a storm supposed to be hitting downhill. Well, I will be my ass in the house. I ain't gonna be out here playing around. So, y'all continue to take care of yourself spiritually, mentally, physically, and financially. Much love to you, brothers, man. Hashtag men first. Peace.